Welcome to Historic Coin, the channel where every coin tells a story. And today's story takes us back more than 6 decades to a piece of history you can hold in your hand. The coin we are exploring is the 1961 British One Shilling, featuring the elegant young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. At first glance, it may seem like just another old coin, but hidden within its silver-toned surface lies a world of history, culture, and change. Imagine Britain in the early 1960s, post-war recovery in full swing, a young queen just 9 years into her reign, and the British Empire slowly transforming into the Commonwealth of Nations. This coin is more than a small piece of metal. It is a tangible witness to a pivotal time in British history. So stay with me until the end of this video, because by the time we finish, you will see why the 1961 One Shilling is far more fascinating than you ever imagined. The Queen's first portrait. The obverse side of the 1961 One Shilling displays the first official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This youthful depiction shows the Queen bareheaded, wearing a laurel wreath, symbolizing victory, dignity, and timeless classical beauty. Unlike later portraits, this design emphasizes a graceful and approachable monarch rather than a formal and distant ruler. The inscription reads, "Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen." The choice of a laurel wreath was a departure from the crowns and diadems used in earlier royal portraits, giving this coin a fresh, modern feel, while still respecting centuries of British tradition. For collectors, this early portrait captures the optimism and promise of a new reign, making it one of the most beloved designs in modern British numismatics. The reverse design. England's heritage. Turning the coin over, the reverse design proudly features the crowned shield of England. This particular version is the English type of the One Shilling, showing 3 passant guardant lions, a symbol of England since the 12th century. The shield is topped with a royal crown, a visual reminder of Britain's enduring monarchy. Surrounding the design are the words FIDDEF, short for Fidei Defensor, meaning Defender of the Faith, and the denomination One Shilling. The date, 1961, is split on either side of the crown. This clean yet authoritative design reflects both national pride and the coin's role as everyday currency. For those handling it in 1961, it was a simple coin. For us today, it's a miniature work of art. The role of the One Shilling in everyday life. In 1961, Britain was still using the pre-decimal currency system, where 20 shillings made £1 and each shilling was equal to 12 pence. The One Shilling coin was a familiar piece of pocket change, used daily for groceries, bus fares, and small treats. It had real spending power, unlike today's small coins that often feel insignificant. A single shilling could buy a loaf of bread, a pint of milk, or even a bus ride across town. This everyday use meant that millions of these coins circulated widely. Yet finding one in excellent condition today is much harder than you might expect. Many were worn smooth from years of use, making a well-preserved example a real prize for collectors. Composition and specifications. The 1961 One Shilling was made from cupronickel, a durable alloy of copper and nickel that had replaced silver in British shillings starting in 1947. This was a practical decision, as post-war Britain needed to conserve precious metals for more critical uses. The coin has a diameter of 23.5 millimeters, weighs 5.65 grams, and features a milled edge for both tactile grip and anti-counterfeiting purposes. Its silver-like appearance meant it still looked prestigious in the hand, even though its intrinsic metal value was far less than its silver predecessors. For numismatists, understanding these specifications helps identify authentic coins and appreciate the thought that went into their design and durability. Historical context of 1961. To truly appreciate this coin, we must look at the year it was minted, 1961. Britain was in a period of significant social and cultural change. The post-war generation was coming of age, the economy was improving, and traditional values were beginning to blend with new modern ideas. Internationally, the Cold War was in full swing. The Berlin Wall was being erected, and space exploration was capturing the world's imagination. Within the UK, Queen Elizabeth II represented stability and continuity amidst these changes. The 1961 1 shilling, therefore, is not just currency. It is a snapshot of a nation balancing tradition and progress. Minting and production numbers. The Royal Mint struck millions of 1 shillings in 1961, ensuring they were readily available for everyday use. However, not all shillings from this year are identical. There were 2 designs in circulation: the English crest, as seen here, and a Scottish crest version for circulation in Scotland. This dual design approach celebrated the United Kingdom's different national identities. While the 1961 English type is relatively common, condition is everything in coin collecting. Uncirculated or proof-like examples command higher interest, especially among those building date-specific collections. The transition to decimalisation. One fascinating aspect of the 1961 1 shilling is that it survived the transition to decimal currency in 1971. When Britain decimalised, the 1 shilling was revalued as 5 new pence and continued to circulate with its pre-decimal design for many years. This made the coin a rare example of a design that bridged 2 distinct currency systems. For people who lived through that transition, it was a small reminder of the old ways, even as the nation moved into a modern monetary era. Collectors today appreciate such coins for their ability to tell the story of continuity and change. Collectability and value. Today, in terms of value, most circulated 1961. 1 shillings are modestly priced, often worth only a small premium over face value unless in exceptional condition. However, coins in brilliant uncirculated condition, or those with proof-like qualities, can be worth considerably more. Collectors often seek them as part of a complete Elizabeth II pre-decimal set, or for their historical and design appeal. While this coin might not make you rich, its value lies in its story, its design, and the tangible connection it offers to a different time in British life. Design legacy and public sentiment. Mary Gillick's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful and youthful royal images ever to appear on British coinage. The decision to use a classical style without a crown resonated with the public, reinforcing the Queen's image as approachable yet dignified. This design remained on British coins until 1970, when decimalisation prompted new portraits. For many, the Gillick portrait is synonymous with the optimism of the early Elizabethan era, and the 1961 1 shilling is a perfect example of its enduring charm. A coin, as a historical teacher, holding a 1961 1 shilling is like holding a miniature history lesson. Its imagery tells of England's heraldic tradition. Its inscriptions reflect the monarchy's spiritual role, and its wear patterns speak of everyday life in mid-20th century Britain. It's an object that sparks curiosity. Who last spent it? What did they buy? And where did it travel? Such coins bridge generations, linking us directly to people and moments that would otherwise be lost to time. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, but a way of preserving history. The 1961 British 1 shilling is more than a small piece of metal. It is a tangible link to a nation's culture, economy, and identity, at a unique moment in time. From its elegant design and historical context to its survival through decimalisation, it offers countless stories to tell. For viewers of historic coin, this is the kind of treasure that makes our passion worthwhile. Not because of its monetary value, but because of the history it holds. So next time you come across an old coin like this, take a closer look. You might just be holding a chapter of history in the palm of your hand.